There is a part of your mind always active, always listening, always working, even when you are not aware of it. It does not sleep. It does not rest. It does not question. It simply accepts and acts. This is the subconscious mind. Now understand this clearly. Whatever reaches this part of your mind does not remain neutral. It becomes influence. It becomes direction. It becomes reality over time. Because the subconscious mind is the bridge between thought and result. It takes what you consistently think and turns it into action. It takes what you repeatedly feel and turns it into behavior. It takes what you believe and turns it into experience. So the question is not whether your subconscious mind is working. The question is, what is it working on? Because it will accept whatever you give it, whether it is positive or negative, constructive or destructive. It does not judge, it does not filter, it simply absorbs, and then it acts. Now consider this. If you constantly think of fear, your subconscious begins to create fear. If you dwell on doubt, your subconscious reinforces doubt. If you repeat limitation, your subconscious builds limitation. Not because it wants to harm you, but because it follows instruction. It follows repetition. It follows emotion. Now here is where most people fail. They allow their subconscious mind to be programmed by default, by environment, by other people, by past experiences, by repeated exposure to negativity. And then they wonder why their results reflect that programming, because whatever is planted will grow. Now understand this principle. The subconscious mind does not respond strongly to logic. It responds to emotion. It responds to repetition. It responds to belief. That is why a single thought has little power. But a repeated thought combined with feeling becomes instruction, and instruction becomes reality. This is why autosuggestion is so powerful, because it is the method by which you consciously feed your subconscious mind. You repeat, you visualize, you feel, and over time, the subconscious accepts it as truth. Now, once something is accepted as truth, your actions begin to align with it. Your decisions begin to reflect it. Your habits begin to reinforce it, and your results begin to mirror it. This is not coincidence. This is conditioning. Now think about this carefully. Every belief you have was once just a thought, repeated, reinforced, and accepted. So if beliefs can be created, they can also be changed. But change requires intention, because the subconscious mind does not change instantly. It changes through persistence, through repetition, through consistency. Now let us go deeper. Your subconscious mind operates continuously. It influences how you speak, how you react, how you perceive opportunity, how you handle challenge, even how you interpret failure. Two individuals can face the same situation and respond completely differently, not because of circumstance, but because of programming. One sees limitation, the other sees possibility. One hesitates, the other acts. One retreats, the other advances. The difference is internal. Now understand this. Your subconscious mind is also connected to your emotional state. What you feel amplifies what you believe, and what you believe guides what you do. That is why emotion is the key to influence. When you combine thought with emotion, you accelerate the process of acceptance. This is why fear spreads quickly, because it is emotional. This is why confidence attracts, because it is emotional. And this is why belief, when felt deeply, becomes powerful. Now ask yourself, what emotions do I repeat daily? What thoughts do I reinforce? What beliefs am I strengthening? Because whether you realize it or not, you are programming your subconscious every day. Through what you focus on, through what you say to yourself, through what you imagine. Now let us connect this principle to those before it. Desire gives you the goal. Faith gives you belief. Auto-suggestion feeds the mind. Knowledge provides direction. Imagination creates possibility. Organized planning builds structure. Decision commits action. Persistence sustains effort. The mastermind expands power. Sex transmutation fuels energy. But the subconscious mind executes. It takes all of these principles and turns them into reality. It is the operating system behind your life. Now here is the truth. If your subconscious is not programmed intentionally, it will be programmed accidentally. And accidental programming rarely leads to extraordinary results. That is why awareness matters. That is why discipline matters. That is why repetition matters. Now consider this. Most people try to change results without changing programming. They attempt new actions while holding old beliefs. They set goals while reinforcing doubt. They seek success while expecting failure. And this creates conflict.
My friends, listen carefully. The subconscious mind will always move you toward what it believes is true. Not what you say, but what you believe. So if you want to change your results, you must begin within. You must change what is accepted as truth. And that requires consistency. You must feed your mind daily, with clarity, with purpose, with belief, with vision. You must speak to yourself intentionally. You must visualize your outcome repeatedly. You must feel the result before it arrives. Because when the subconscious accepts it, it begins to guide you toward it. Opportunities appear. Ideas form. Actions align. And progress begins. Now understand this. This is not instant. It is gradual, but it is certain if you remain consistent. And consistency is where most fail. Not because they lack ability, but because they lack discipline in directing their thoughts. They begin with intention, but they return to old patterns. They start with belief, but they allow doubt to return. And each time they do, they reinforce the very programming they are trying to escape. So you must guard your mind. You must become selective with what you allow to enter, because repetition is not always intentional. The environment repeats, the media repeats, other people repeat, and if you are not aware, you will absorb it. Now ask yourself honestly, what have I been feeding my mind? What patterns have I been repeating? What beliefs have I accepted without question? Because your current results are not random. They are a reflection of internal programming. But the powerful truth is this: you can change it. You can redirect it. You can rebuild it. Thought by thought, day by day, repetition by repetition. Now begin here. Become aware. Observe your thinking. Notice your patterns. And then take control. Replace doubt with intention. Replace fear with direction. Replace limitation with possibility. And repeat it until it becomes natural. Because once it becomes natural, it becomes automatic. And once it becomes automatic,
it becomes identity. And identity drives behavior. And behavior creates results. Now understand this deeper. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your conditioning. So if your conditioning changes, your results must change. Not by force, but by alignment. This is the process. This is the power. This is the principle. The subconscious mind does not determine your future. You do, through what you feed it. So choose carefully. Repeat intentionally. Believe deliberately. Because what you plant will grow. And what grows will define your life. My friends, we shall meet again. Good day.